So whenever I see the Dreaming Pool portal as a choice, I always ping to try to get it. Because the thing is, I know a hidden strategy to abuse with this portal that most people don't know right now. And this strategy basically allows you to have your guaranteed 4 cost and 5 cost much sooner than you're supposed to have. And this allows you to have a very strong mid game, and this obviously makes you secure a top 4 at the very least, but obviously this has the potential to go even further and guarantee a 2nd place or a 1st place. Let's say that if you low roll, it's a 4th place guaranteed, and if you high roll, it's a 1st place guaranteed. So basically you have no risk to lose with this comp. And I'm going to share you right now. So for this video, I created a guide on Tactor. Tactor is also the sponsor of my video. In case you don't know, Tactor is a website where you can find tons of guides like these ones I'm showing here. And these ones are either written by me or other challengers. There's even Enzo who's writing guides here. In case you don't know, Enzo finished 5th at the Worlds tournament. So he's a really top player, and you can find very high quality guides there. So let's get back to the guide. And the strategy is, first I'm going to show you the comp rather than strategy. I want to show you the comp. The comp is Reksai carry. So you probably know this comp, right? You already heard about it. But in this portal, this comp is even more powerful. And I'm going to show you because it's thanks to a specific strategy. So this is a late game comp. You want to play around 4 bruisers. Usually you don't want to play with Renekton and Cho'Gath. You prefer to play late game units. In case you don't know, since you play Dreaming Pool, Rise has the ability to make a big heal and stun around the center of the map, so basically where your bruisers are, and this one is so valuable, so it's a very great late game unit. Alright, so the strategy, let's talk about the strategy. I'm pretty sure you all are waiting for that. In case you don't know, the Dreaming Pool portal will give you a unit of high tier at every start of a stage, so 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, 6-1, etc. And this unit is always based on the activated traits you have. So the activated one, not the one that's in gray, but all the one you activated. And now if you think about it, it means that at stage 2-1 you can have a 2 cost that fits your comp, right? At stage 3-1 you can have a 3 cost. At stage 4-1 you can have a 4 cost, and stage 5 and later you have a 5 cost. But now think about it. If you only activate one synergy, you can force the game to give you exactly the 4 cost and the 5 cost unit that you want. But you might also say that it's hard to play the game with only activating one synergy because most of the time your board will be weak. Well, there's one exception. It's Bruiser. Because with Bruiser, Reksai, like I said earlier, is an excellent carry. And Reksai, you can guarantee to have it at stage 3. And then after at stage 4-1, you can guarantee to have a Sejuani. And then at stage 5, you can have a Sion guaranteed. And this is the strength of this portal with this strategy. It guarantees you to find the key units that you really need to have at the right moment. Because obviously when you reroll for Reksai, you reroll level 7, you have almost no chance to find Sion. But now you have 100% chance to find Sion when you're level 7. And this can unlock the 6 Bruiser. So I'm going to explain a bit more. In the early game, you want to play with Bruiser, obviously. You can add a few more units as long as you don't activate other synergies. For instance, here, if I don't activate Deadeye or Ionia, it's fine. I will still have Reksai at stage 3-1, guaranteed, right? So I can play Jhin as a holder for Reksai, for instance, but you can play whatever you find. The idea is to only activate these bruisers at the PvE round, because it's during the PvE round, all the synergies that are activated will count for the next turn to give you the unit. So actually, if you want, you can play with Deadeye, stage 2-1, 2-2 until 2-6, but at stage 2-7 on the PvE round, you have to remove Deadeye from your board and have only Bruisers. That way, at 3-1, you have 100% chance to get Reksai. That's the part that's really important. And then after, based on that, once you find Reksai, at stage 3-2, you want to push level 6. You want to roll a bit. You want to roll a bit because maybe you have lost some health here if you didn't manage to activate great synergies. So you want to roll because you have Reksai and you want to find some 2-star units to really stabilize your board. And then again, you play only Bruisers. But since now you have Reksai, you have a very good carry. And this allows you to be stabilized. Then mid-game. So you want to push level 7 around 4-1, 4-2, depends on how good your icon is. And at level 7, you have a guaranteed Sejuani, because at 4-1, since you activate only Bruisers, you have Sejuani, no matter what. And then based on that, you will reroll slowly your Reksai to have Reksai 3 stars. Normally, you should find your Reksai 3 stars around stage 5-1. Let's say during stage 4 you slow roll, you find a couple of units, and stage 5-1 you can use all your gold to find it, because at stage 5-1 you get your guaranteed Scion. Here there's a trick, you can activate Freljord before that, so you can play for instance 4 bruisers with 2 Freljord, there's no issue with that, because anyways there's no 5 cost Freljord, so even if you activate Freljord, the game will guarantee you a Scion, no matter what, because you have only Bruisers and Freljord here. And once you have Scion, obviously you play 6 Bruisers. That's a huge spike because you have a lot of health. It's difficult to kill your units. And then based on that, you stabilize your board, you find a Reksai 3, and after that, you keep your goal. You keep your goal to get back to 50 gold. Then after you slowly push level 8, and you might even want to slowly push level 9 to be able to remove 2 useless bruisers like Cho'Gath and a Renekton, and then you add instead relevant units. So Rise, an excellent unit. I said it allows to have Invoker, it allows to have heal and stun around where your bruisers are, because this is based on the center of the map, right? No matter where you put your Rise, he will always go on the center of the map. That's really important, and that's why all your bruisers love this. And then after, obviously, you can play around Kai'Sa, Bel'Veth, if you have whatever items you have left, right? You build a second and a third carry to help Reksai to still win and close fights in late game, because Reksai alone will not be enough to win all the late game boards. You need to have some side carries. But the fact that you have guaranteed 4 cost Sejuani at stage 4 and a 5 cost which is Scion at stage 5-1, you don't even need to roll for them. This helps you to hard stabilize your board in the early game. This helps you to save a lot of HP, a lot of gold, so you can have a top 4 guaranteed if you play properly. So let's go talk about the legends, okay? Now I talked a lot about the boards and the strategy to play around. Let's talk about the legends. I think there are a few legends that are great. You can play Twisted Fate. I think Twisted Fate is kind of a most common one because it allows you to have the items you want on Reksai. By the way, I didn't say, but Reksai BIS, so best in slots are Titan's Resolve, and BT. So 2 Titan's Resolve, 1 BT. Then after, you want a Morello on Lissandra, because this will help your Reksai kill off targets after they burn quite some time. The fights are really long, so the Morello will have the time to burn a lot of HP. And then Sejuani, you want things like Redemption, Protector's Vow. Redemption because all your units are packed, so you will always have value out of Redemption, and a lot of heal because everyone has a lot of HP. And Protector's Vow, excellent item, allows her to cast her ability faster, brings a bit more tankiness, this kind of stuff. And after, you can build a lot of Ziggs, but I don't really like it. I feel like having Morello and defensive items when you have a lot of HP is just more valuable in general. And then after, you can go for whatever leftover you have. If you have AP items, it's for Kai'Sa. If you have other AD items, it's for Bel'Veth. So that's why Twisted Fate allows you to basically always have the items you want. And also because you can literally force this comp with TF, and you can't be punished with having bad items, you can't be punished with having bad rolls, and you can't be punished because whatever you too contested or you have a bad game on the early game. I don't know. So I think it's a guaranteed execution. Then Vladimir, it's also extremely good because at the early game you might lose a lot of health, and with his augment that allows you to have more HP based on how much health you lost as your little legend. It's actually great because your bruiser trait will multiply this. So basically you don't just gain a bit more HP, you multiply this, so you gain tons of HP. That allows you to play 4 bruiser, but you have all your units with the same amount of health as if you play 6 bruisers. So that's why it's actually insane. And the other 2 augments, one which is reducing the damage and increasing the damage, is also extremely valuable. You have tons of HP, you have insane frontline, so if they all take less damage, they all become super tanky. And the last one, Ascension, like I said, the fights are very long, so having Ascension kind of guarantees you to always win the fights if you manage to drag it. quite some time. So, and most of the time you will be able to do so. So Vladimir, excellent unit, but you take the risk of having bad items. That's the only risk you have. And Mastery, all 3 augments are good as well. I think the last one actually is also extremely good. That allows your team to move faster. And for Reksai, and since you have a lot of melee units, the fact that they can move faster makes you earn a lot of DPS, honestly. So don't sleep on Mastery. But I would say, anyway, those 3 are really, really good. The only problem is that you can't force the portal, but once you have the portal, and if you have one of the 3, it's probably a guaranteed first place or second place. Now let's talk about the augments. So Bruiser's Crown, Bruiser Heart, Bruiser Crest, they're good. Honestly, they're good. They're not necessary, but they can be great. Gargantuan Resolve, obviously, since you play 2 Titans, it gives you 1 Titans for free, and you can stack even more. So honestly, this is excellent. Gotta go fast. Your units regenerate more mana and move faster. So this is from Mastery, but you don't need to have Mastery to have this. And this is actually very valuable. In the Indomitable Will, when your units score a takedown, they shed all negative effects and become immune. This is great because one of the biggest counter for Reksai is to stun lock her. And if she's stun locked, then you can lose the fight. So by having this, if she manages to get 1 kill or 1 takedown, then she will be immune for 10 seconds. And since she's immune for 10 seconds, she will have the time to take another takedown. And then after she'll be immune again. And so basically after the first kill, she'll be constantly immune and no one can stop her. Think fast. At stage 4-2, it's extremely valuable. You can have Reksai 3 very, very fast, obviously. And there's one I forgot. I forgot to put here. It's, how is it called? The thing that gives your team more damage based on how much health the units have. I think it's like 1.5% damage more every, I don't know how much. I forgot the name of it, and that's why I didn't put it here. But this is obviously broken because you have like 4,000 damage on everyone, 4,000 health on everyone, and then because of that, like you just kill everyone because you have too much damage. And Reksai, I've seen Reksai making 20k damage per round. I've seen Reksai doing this, so honestly, don't sleep on her. Even if you don't have Dreaming Pool, Reksai is still very, very strong comp. Probably A tier, not S tier, but probably A tier. But if you have this portal, it becomes S tier because you can simply force it and you will not be punished because it's so easy to find the 4-cost and 5-cost unit. Now, I hope you will guys help me to have the Dreaming Portal because whenever I try to vote for it, I never get it. But maybe I will be contested now. In case you don't know, guys, I've been starting a free newsletter where every week I send you this kind of meta tier list. I send you it directly into your mailbox and it's completely free. So check the link in the description. I think it will help you to start the set 9 and honestly, I'll be happy to help you with this newsletter. In the meantime, if you don't really know what to play because you can't necessarily play this comp all the time, I've made 15 comps that you can play and force it to be able to be at the top of the ladder. And see you there.